Hi crafters, and welcome to my new YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me on my first video, and today I'll be taking a look at Die Cutting Essentials issue 96, and this comes with a free gift of a Pillowbox die set. So this time I've made 3 different projects using this die set. The first one is a pillow box made with hunky-dory, adorable scoreable plaid cardstock. And then with some of the leaf dies, I've made a wreath to decorate it. The second project, I've used some satin mirror card and embossed the panels using a snowflake embossing folder, and then added some of the snowflake and leaf elements as decoration. And for the third project, I used acetate and stenciled some snowflakes for decoration. So now we'll take a look at how I did these 3 projects. So here we are with the first project. So all I did was die cut 2 of the main pillow box panels, and then some of the smaller leaf and holly elements from satin mirror card. So I'm just assembling the wreath now, just simply putting the leaves in a circle. Then I add the Noel in the middle as the sentiment. And then a little holly sprig to finish that decoration off. And then they're really easy to assemble. I just folded on the score lines, added some red liner tape to make sure it's good and strong, and then a little bit of glue as well to make sure if I didn't quite line it up I was able to wriggle it into place. Put some pegs on it to dry. And I use some foam squares to attach the topper, because there will be a slight curve in the card when the box is fully made up. So to make sure nothing popped off, I use foam pads with a little bit of glue for extra security, and that's the end of the first project. For the second project, I thought I'd make a slightly larger pillow box. So for this one, I die cut 4 of the main pillow box panels out of satin mirror card, which I ran through a snowflake embossing folder, and then simply stuck them together to make 2 longer pieces and assembled it in the same way as I assembled the first one. Just fold over the score lines, add some red line tape and some glue, and then put together. And again, I used some pegs and left it for a little while to make sure the glue was properly dried and to make sure the tape was properly stuck down as well. And for decoration on this one, a few leaves and snowflakes. And that's my second project. So for the last project, I decided to make one out of acetate, and I'm using Glitter Kiss by Cosmic Shimmer to stencil on some snowflakes. So this is a stencil from Card Making Magic, and I'm adding the Glitter Kiss through the stencil to make some lovely glittery snowflakes. So what I was trying to do was to avoid putting it over the score line for the edge of the box, and I didn't manage it here, but I easily scraped that off and cleaned it up and managed to redo it in the right place, which is a really nice thing about working on acetate or shiny card. It's very forgiving, so if you do make mistakes, it's easy just to scrape it off and start again. So it probably would have been slightly easier with a smaller stencil, but this is what I had, so I just, instead of waiting for it to dry, I just bent the stencil to make sure I didn't put it on top of any I'd already done, and managed to get them all done. Then once I'd stenciled all of the snowflakes, I left it to dry overnight. And then here I am just cutting around, as the die didn't quite cut through the acetate. And I've got my 2 panels I need to finish the pillow box. And then I simply folded over the score lines, added some glue, and I did find with the acetate I needed a little bit more glue than with the cardboard, just because it does tend to want to pull apart. And here I am just spreading the glue out with a piece of scrap card, just because any lumps of glue would be visible through the acetate. So I lined everything up, and then I used a baby wipe just to clean off any of the excess glue before it dried. Added some pegs, and then I left this one overnight to dry as well, just to make sure it didn't pop open when I folded in the sides. And once everything was dry, I thought it would be a nice idea to add some chocolate coins. This is a nice idea for Christmas with any of the Christmas chocolates, to use acetate for the pillow boxes. So I hope you've enjoyed my first video. Comment down below, say hi, and let me know if you've got this magazine and made your pillow boxes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.